Yo, what's up guys? As mentioned, today going to be trying around with the Light Jin. So Light Jin, the set that I gave on him is a cash 194 on Vio. Lots of additional damage both sides, and we have high accuracy over there. And then the other teams are just typical teams. Oh wait, I still have to rune up this thing. Let me quickly give some set to this. I think I just want to make you into some kind of damage dealer on this over here. Do I still have like this fast blade thingy? Whoops, let's actually go for this one. Yes sir. Is this one in use? Nope. Nice efficiency over there. And then let's just add in a lot of crit rate and that kind of shenanigans from whatever we can find over here. If we can actually find enough crit rate on you, probably it's going to be a little bit of an issue, but this. Yeah, we do it by the luck of the try, who cares? So let's go for this team over here, just for funsies on some twins. Wait, one big issue that I forgot is that we need to have you on a little bit of, what's it called? Co-op stuff, because co-op stuff is incredibly OP. 16, no, that's counter, that's not what we need. Counter, not what we need. Okay, also not really what we need, but it is something. These are all in use, and then this one over here. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, let's go into all of the teams. I think all of the other stuff is ruined, or otherwise, we're gonna find out. But let's see if this Light Jin does actually do some proper work. So, ooh, that's pretty fast. That's kind of bad. Does he also, therefore, with the slow, make my turn order wrong? Okay, don't kill it, please. Thank you very much for not killing it. One big issue right now, if I go for an S2, I would get the hit from you on a armor break brand. I don't like that. Let's actually go for this for draining a little bit of attack bar draining. That's a lot of attack bar draining, to be honest. Yeah, as mentioned, the slow made it where my turn order is messed up. But let's just go for your hit right now, because that is less of an issue. Let's go for your hits. We do get a fair bit over there, and we get fair more bits over there, and I actually want to see more potential on you as well with this. Okay, the other two are kind of taking the shine over here, but yeah, attack bar gain, additional turn, attack bar gain, additional turn, well, it's additional turn showcase. I can kind of see the potential there. It was kind of a Vioproc potential more than anything, but yeah, I would say it's like the attack bar absorbs that he does and the attack bar decreases he does even more are definitely not that bad. If this thing procs out, I still would have a little bit of an issue. I don't want to kill it as of yet. This hacker is also buff, which is still like, it beats me why this thing was ever buffed, man. That thing is still so good already by itself. But yeah, that makes this team even more usable and even more strong. So definitely, if you have these units, would recommend to use them. Let's see what we have over here. All of those. Yep, that's perfectly fine. I actually do have to kill. Oh, let's kill right and middle. I think that's the best odd, because this thing I can definitely kill without. This is still a team that I've been casing for like, I don't know how many years already. And it's still one of those teams I always feel like I'm gonna press the wrong buttons the moment it really comes down. It's like, oh, I really need to win this one right now. But this pair over there, well, it does not really matter. We just attack bar absorb or attack bar decrease. We hit that, It's more of a tanky one, and then we clear from there. Always nice in Siege if you start off with clearing a few units before they move. This team, you do see a fair bit of this. It is dangerous if the Irene is swift. Irene could be also Vio. That's better against, of course, like Tian Leng's kind of setups. But if I can outspeed with a Tiana, it's fairly easy. So then this team, let's see if we can actually do it. So you will guaranteed team up with that. That is also what I do want. There's lower chance for me of stunning it, so I think I'm actually going to go for this one over here, and then use this one over here, and then potentially stun right there. Okay, we did miss. That is still kind of fine. Stop doing that. If you proc out right now, I'm hella dead. If you proc, I'm not as dead, so I think I'm actually going to kill you first. Yeah, okay. Well, if that other thing procced out, I would have been super dead. So in the end, it was the right call to actually kill that one first. But these twins do an insane amount of damage. Like, twins are still really fun. Like, they're super glass cannon, but they're really fun. So let's find the next people to, or like, let's find the next hit to do where we can maybe have a little bit more of a Bruiser showcase setup of the Light Jin, because I do really want to get the Light Jin into more of a brute setup. It's too bad that Tian Lang is over there. Otherwise, I would have said over there would have been nice. This one does have the strip on you. Yeah, I think we can kind of do that. Some of the other teams I don't really like to hit at all, but let's just kind of YOLO them and let's see if it works, how it works, when it works. This one over there is definitely bad. Let's actually go for... maybe we actually want to put the light Jin towards this team and then put it a slight bit of a different kind of value team, because this is no armor break, so this is an armor break. So if I use a dark tank, I could actually make it where they take very little damage. So I'm actually going to go for veromos as my dark tank. And then they still have that, so I would say something along the lines of a little bit of a strip. I could still go back to the robo, maybe something else, maybe something with actually a proper heal, just to get like the vibes in of like how much can he do by himself rather being relying on the damage of a team. So I'm just gonna add in a cleanser, potentially a strip, and let's do that in the form of a Kumar, because random, why not? So we have that team over there. This team over there would work, but I think I'd rather see this team work over here. That team over there could potentially still work, but that is definitely fairly tricky. This team over here cannot actually work. I think it can actually work. Wait, no, these are all going to be super high on the HP value. Yeah, they're going to be too high on the HP value. Let's actually do it the other way around. We're going to use you over here, and we're going to use you over there. These are fine, these are fine. This is definitely not fine, but are we going to YOLO it? Well, the thing is, I have to kill you, and I have to kill you, which is kind of the issue. So, and you are definitely not going to be able to do that. I still kind of want to throw my twins team as something, though. Fuck it, let's go for this one over here, just because it's funny. If it's actually going to be good, probably not, but it's funny. And then this one over here, I should probably go for potential outspeed with this. If this is enough speed to outspeed, I actually don't know, but YOLO. We still have to rune up the veromos as a super tank and then the Kumar. So let's actually quickly do that. You're going to be super tank by just getting full NEM set throughout for everything and everywhere and all at once. And this 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 and this. Yep. Nice Nemesis set. Minus light. Yep, that's fine. Let's go for the other one. Let's go for recovery S3, just for the sake of it. Sure thing. And then we still want to add in the Kumar. Let's give the Kumar some minus on the water, just to showcase that the other one, my recovery skill 1, does not really work on you. Let's make that a recovery S2. Thank you very much. And then we're gonna switch you to some kind of bio, whatever. Let's still add some crit rate into you, because why not? Focus, sure thing, we like focus, so we can make the full focus set on these two. And now we just use whatever rune is left over in this. You're definitely, okay, you're really bad. This one, and the final one is, let's go for this. Nothing too crazy of a set, but can kind of help out with the Jin surviving. So everything, Mieng, I stole one rune from the Mieng. I'm not allowed to steal Mieng runes, of course. We just take this one, that's fine. Okay, let's go in, let's see how this works. If it works, when it works. I think it should kind of work. This team over here, ooh, he's actually kind of fast. That's interesting to have this whole team kind of that fast. Okay, we do get the fair strip in. Didn't get any despair stunts. You are the most one to spread out from. There we get some despair stunts. That could kind of hit decently. Let's do this on you, because with that, I think that this dot... No, the dot is not enough just yet. Now it's too much. If we hit this... Thank you for proccing. Makes this game very easy if you proc. If the enemy doesn't proc, at least. So... Okay, you proccing over there did not mean shit neither. If you put Vio to a unit, at least put some damage to it, I guess. Something, or that it can do something along the lines while Vioing, which this one totally did not do. So it might as well been Despair and actually disrupted my team that way, if you don't do any damage. Okay, we have this team moving first, and right away went for an S2. Strip, no stunts. Makes sense on the no stunts because of the glancing. I think that this can potentially kill. Yep, that does kill. We derp, because that's also a thing in this game, which is hella derp. That's also one way. But yeah, this twin team's is doing a fair bit of damage. I kind of like it. Ooh, let me get the threat state. You threat state. I'm threat stated while you die while getting the threat state, but... Yeah, that's one of those things. Okay, so let's see what we have over here on the Jin. Okay, you of course still hit that. That is kind of fine. Attack bar decrease. They don't have, or they do actually have healing, but the healing is somewhat mediocre. Let's go for meditate. Oh wait, I forgot that you have to put the meditate towards your ally. I'm so used to meditate always using on self. Okay, you're gonna do a fair bit of damage right now. Let's do it over there. He's doing too much damage. Can we stun? Well, of course we cannot stun the middle, but we also do not stun the others. Yikes. Okay, he actually was doing more damage than expected because of the armor break. Let's just try to get as much damage in as possible on you. Just with the dots. Like, I think the dots actually do kind of help. Decrease. Dots. At least it's a fair showcase of him doing decent, right? Even if we lose our unit to the left, which is most likely going to happen anytime soon. More dots. Yep. I think that's enough dots to... Yeah, that should be more than enough dots to actually kill already. Okay, we lose him. That's fine. Can we Oblivion? Ooh, we did Oblivion. That's kind of fun. Okay, don't stun that one. I was still using that one, mate. Okay, don't armor break it. Don't proc right now. Okay, well, let's actually do it the right way this time around. Oblivion? Nope. Okay. Maybe I should have done S1 for dots, or with just additional turn for dots. I can see his potential, man. I rated him pretty high on the, what's it called? On the tier list yesterday, but I can definitely see his potential. He gets a fair bit of turns. He gets a fair bit of dots in. And yeah, he just takes shit ton of turns with all of that increase. He did proc a fair bit as well. That's that do have to give credits to that. He did get an okay amount of procs in there. But he just gets that many turns with the absorbs, which gives him a lot of chance to also get all of these procs in. So, yeah, I can see his value being there. It's just a big issue. He's a 4-star, so he's scaling of 4-star stats, which makes him a little bit worse. If he was 5-star, he would have absolutely been, like, similar to Huarang level, where he would have been, like, really good, in my opinion. But too bad he's a 4-star. But then again, he's also easy to get, so more people can play with him. But yeah, I would definitely say Light Jin has some value. I kind of like him. So, okay, we do outspeed this. Let's hit this one over there because you have the buff. Well, dies anyways. I was like, I can strip the buff, maybe take a second turn on you and then hit like another chip damage on the other side. But if you straight up die, it also works. It also does work, making my life fairly easily. I should actually permanently switch this out for the Siri because the Siri just simply does a lot more damage than Sonya current state of the game. But in the end, if it works, it works. So guys, quick video for today. I would definitely say, let me once again showcase the runes that I was using on the Jin. I think the Jin has some potential. Would I really say it's like, oh, I immediately start using it, it's like crazy good? No. But I definitely do think he has quite some potential because of the absorbs that he's doing. And he's doing a fair bit of absorbs on the multi-hits. It would be nice if his S2 was also a multi-hit. Like, that's the only thing that I would say is like, if this was a multi-hit as well, then it would be really insane because then you can always cycle this skill into that skill, which is kind of nice. I would say that his harmful effect rate of 40%, if it was a little bit higher, let's say 50 or 60 or 70 or something like that, that he can actually be like a proper dodder in that case, I would actually like him a lot because then he's really good paired next to a Sahat or like just anything like that. But yeah, in general, he's denying a lot of turns. So if he gets his turns in, you make sure the enemy doesn't get his turns in. I think he's pretty good. And compared to most of the rest of his family, yeah, I think he's the only one that's actually kind of good. Like, it's kind of weird where the dark one is an LD5 and that's the worst one, arguably. Well, okay, maybe this one is the worst one. But yeah, dark one is pretty darn bad itself. But yeah, Light 4 is one of the better ones, it seems. So, is what it is. I don't have too many units of the collab myself just yet. I do have the Huarang on water, which I don't think is that much interesting. I could maybe give him a try to try him out somewhere. But I don't really see the potential in him. He doesn't have that much damage output. Already did try that. And I have the Paw on water, which I think I did not level up just yet. So those are the only two that I can actually still do testing. Oh, I also have this one, which is really ass, and that one, which is kind of ass. So if you want to see me test any of those on like Siege or Guild Battle or anything like that, let me know in the comments, and hope to see you as always in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.